Hello YouTube, and welcome to another video. And you may be able to hear in the background that I have my server running, which really means one thing, and that is that I am going to be doing an installation of an operating system over the network. So the plan for today is to install Solaris 10 on my Dell Optiplex 755. Some of you may remember that I used the Dell Optiplex 755 in previous videos, where I have installed 6 versions of Windows on it, and then also I used Windows 2000 installed on it to, mess around with a Palm 3 PDA that I have. So I have swapped out that hard disk with a different hard disk, and yeah, so let's get into it. So I'm just going to turn the machine on, and before too long we should see it come up on the monitor. And there we go. Mashing F12. Boot from the onboard network controller. And as you can see, it picked up the boot files from the server, and now it is going to load Solaris 10, the installer. And yeah, I'm looking at my network switch under my desk, and I can see that the lights are blinking. So right now it is transferring the files over the network to the Optiplex, and I will be back when this finishes loading. So it is now started to load the kernel, and we have SunOS release 5.10, and I want Solaris Interactive, so I will hit 1. And now it is setting up the installation environment, which is Java. Let's see. US English is correct. Hit enter. And I have installed Solaris 10 multiple times before. I actually have it running on my server. If I made a video about that, not installing it, but just my server and how it runs. Let's see. 0 for English. And also, honestly, Solaris and the Solaris installation process really doesn't change that much between the various versions I've installed, which would basically be everything from 2.5 to Solaris 10. Let's see. No IPv6, no Kerberos. DNS for the domain service. Let's see. And I do have my own DNS server, which is just all around useful, but it's especially useful for Solaris, which you can really only set up a DNS through the installer if it can access your own DNS server, so having one set up greatly streamlines the setup of DNS. Otherwise, you need to go and set resolve.conf and then also nsswitch.conf. And I think this disk actually had Solaris 10 on it before. Let's see. So when it comes time to partition the disk, I may not need to do much in terms of actual partitioning. I forget what exactly is on the disk right now. So now we're into the actual Solaris install. Let's see. Do not need to do that. Yes, reboot automatically. That looks good. It's nice how it automatically fills in everything for you. This is actually my first time doing Solaris for Intel platform installation over the network. Let's see. Generally, I will let's see. Okay. So I figured out what I was doing wrong. I need to select custom install here. And then select my locales. No additional products. And then I can choose entire group plus OEM. Select that disk. Let's see. Yeah. I want the entire disk. No, I don't want to preserve data. Here we go. Okay. So, modify. I will make this, I'll make this 4 gigabytes. Let's see. And then when partitioning Solaris, I like to work backwards, just so I have everything in order. So home is partition, or slice, 7, and then don't want to get in the way of the camera. User is slice 6, and then I guess because of what I'm going to be installing, I will want to give opt its own partition as well. So opt is slice 5. So, and now I get to choose how big I want to make the partitions. I want most of this will be a workstation, so I want most of my space dedicated to home. Opt, I will give 10 gigabytes, and user I will give 20 gigabytes. Actually, Opt will give 15. Oh wait, I want export home, not home. Actually, I'll put export on its own partition. Let's see. 192.184. That way, if I want to put anything like big in NFS exports, then I don't have to worry about running out of space on my root. Let's see. Okay. There we go. This is what I wanted to see. And install now. And now it is going to fail. Okay, let's see. Starting cylinder precedes first available cluster. So here we are. It is now successfully installing, and the issue was basically that it couldn't deal with already having a Solaris partition on the disk. So what I did was I went into fdisk through the terminal and just deleted that partition, and then I reconfigured that from scratch through the installer. So I will be back when something happens. So here at long last, we finally have Solaris 10 installed. And yeah, now let's reboot and see. It should just reboot fine, but yeah. Let's see. And boot Solaris 10. So that's 5.10. Chances are it's going to perform some first boot tasks. I've seen many Solaris first boots, so I have a general idea of like what it does on the first boot. Yep, it is one of the, so for those who are unaware, something introduced with Solaris 10 is SMF services. SMF stands for Service Management Facility, and basically it's Solaris. It was Sun's new way of managing services as opposed to the old like init system that with the init scripts and everything that Solaris 9 earlier had. So now, it might take a little bit, but it should start DT login soon. There we go. And yeah, so and I have to say, I think Solaris 10 looks wonderful on this monitor. I feel like it fits really nicely with the general, like, you know, sort of like early to mid 2000s, like silver plastic look of the monitor. And here we are. This is Solaris 10. So I'm going to get the system configured how I like it as usual, and then I will be back. So here I have basically the fully configured Solaris. And, you know, it's very much more similar to, like, Linux distributions of the time. So, like, it came with stuff you would see in Linux. The only real, like, differences, I would say, would be that, you get Sun-branded Star Office as opposed to the Open Office that, like, Linux might come with at the time, and then, also, you would get some Sun-specific, like, administration stuff, like, if I open up a terminal, I can bring up the Solaris Management Console, which I looked at in a previous video when I was demonstrating my server. But basically what this is it's a Java-based utility for managing Solaris systems. And right now it's loading because it's starting for the first time, but basically this allows you to look at things through like a graphical interface as opposed to going through the terminal, which on earlier versions of Solaris really wasn't a big deal, but on a version like 10 where you do have some, like, there's more obfuscation with, like, the SMC and or the SMF, the Service Management Facility, and just it's less you do less with, like, actual, like, files, and it's more you work more through, like, specific commands, basically. So, this does make it easy, especially if you sort of struggle to grasp, like, the new Solaris command line stuff. I say new, even though Solaris 10 is, like, 20 years old at this point. But yeah, I guess we'll just let this load and show it to you when it finishes loading. Okay, so here it is. It has finished loading. You know, this computer, system status, system information. And, you know, here we go. This is a dual-core system. Intel i386. All the information you might want to know. Processes. I remember back when I was working on setting up my IBM server, I had to set up the serial ports through this because for some reason the uh, the command line tool wasn't working to get the serial ports how I would want. So, and because of this, because you can run this graphical application, I can do something like this. So, there we go. And then I can log in my log in my server, SU on there, and then bring up its SMC. So first, I need to set the display variable. Let's see. That is a very important step. 0.0, got it. Okay. Now I can SMC. And then now we have Solaris Management Console running from my IBM server on this computer. So if I go to System Information, you can see here is my IBM server. And so yeah, that is basically this system. I do plan to do more with it in the future. I'm really happy to have a Solaris 10 workstation. It's not a Spark system, but it's still Solaris 10. It's still Solaris. I love Solaris so much. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a good day.